Hello everybody and welcome back to Amazing Tech for All. Today we're going to be taking a look at Linux. How do you get it, how to install it, and what are the options that we have out there. So firstly, let's go and take a look what the definition is or what Linux is. Just put a browser, yes, type in Linux. So the pronunciation varies amongst people, but most people calls it, well, Linux, but there's a lot of people who call it Linux, Linux. So yeah. So anyway, Linux is a free open source Unix-like operating system kernel released by Linus Torvalds in 1991. So that definition doesn't tell you a lot about it, but what we're going to do is look at some of the options. So one good website to look at this is called DistroWatch. So let's go to DistroWatch. And it will tell us the ranking of the various Linux distributions. So Linux distribution is the Linux kernel and it's packaged and various applications that's packaged with it. So here under the last 6 months, sort of the page ranking, you can see the most popular Linuxes. So Catchy OS is one of them, Linux Mint, MX Linux, Pop OS, Debian, Zorin. Currently I'm running Zorin OS, so you'll see that it appears on the side over here. Anyway, so now what I've decided is to use Ubuntu Linux. It is arguably one of the most popular Linuxes because of the support that it gets. So you can go to the Ubuntu website, or you can just do a search in Google, and here we can see Ubuntu Enterprise Open Source and Linux, right? So you can go to the downloads page. I'm downloading a desktop version. I've already downloaded this in preparation for this video. So the other thing that I've decided to do, since I'm not installing this onto this server or this PC, is to run it on a virtual machine. In this case, it's VirtualBox. You can download VirtualBox in Windows. Let's just see here. You can run it in Mac, or you can run it on Linux. So I downloaded it, I installed it through the package manager. Here we go. These are the various distribution or various options you can get, and you can download any one of these and you'll be able to use a virtual machine on top of your computer. So I'm just going to go to VirtualBox since I already have it installed. Just type in your VirtualBox. There we go. So since like I said, I've already downloaded this, and we can see that in my file manager, if you go to ISO, there is the Ubuntu ISO file that I've already downloaded. So let's get started. So I've got VirtualBox, and now I'm going to create a new VM, a virtual machine. So let's click on New. I'm just going to call this Ubuntu, which is not the smartest name, I suppose, but yes, this is where the virtual drive will reside. I'm going to select a drive from within. There we go. There's the ISO file I downloaded. I'll select that. Yes, and now we'll go next. VBox user, that's fine. Shall we do that? We'll just call it user 1. And we'll just give it a simple password. Obviously, if you're using this for production purposes, then you don't want a simple password. So this wizard, as they call it, is asking for a set of things that it will populate your machine with. When it starts up, it will have these characteristics. I want to install guest editions, but I haven't downloaded it yet. So the host name is going to be Ubuntu and my guest VirtualBox. So let's click on next. I'm going to give it a bit more memory so that it can just speed up a little bit. and I'll make it 2 CPUs, as you can see over here. The machine that I'm installing this on has got limited resources, so this is the why I can't give it more. Okay, so I can create a virtual disk. 25 gigs sounds reasonable. I could probably do it a lot smaller, but let's go with that. Okay, so here's a summary of all the characteristics of this machine as it's going to be installed. So let's click on finish, and there we go. I'm installing Ubuntu Linux on a virtual machine. Let's click on install. This will take a few moments, mostly because I've only given it a few gigs of RAM and only 2 virtual CPUs. There we go. It's starting up. This is the virtual machines, or rather this is the installation screen. If you click or press escape here, you will see what's happening in the background. It's having some difficulty trying to find what used to be called a floppy drive. Those things are no longer in use. That is dev FD0. We don't do floppy drives anymore. Anyway, it will eventually come up with a screen that will show me the installation process. This is just the initial things that need to run in order for the install screen to come up. So we'll wait for it for a few seconds. Okay, here we go. We can see the Ubuntu menu starting up, or rather preparing to do the installation. Let's see how long that takes. Oh, there we go. So let's get to, this is the wizard I was referring to, the welcome button. So click on next, because we're using English. Yes, you can see that we already have connection to the internet because my device is connected to my interface. This is just normal. We're selecting South Africa because that's the keyboard that I'm using. Yes, I'm using a wired connection, so no Wi-Fi detection is required, and we'll just go skip that and install Ubuntu. So I could do a show. You can do a try, and it will show you what the interface looks like ahead of time. So let's just do the installation. This may take a few moments. Would you like to install interactive? Let's do the interactive so we can get an idea of how the installation process goes. If we do automatic, it'll just go through the entire process without your intervention. The applications, I'm going to do default. This will include a bunch of desktop applications, and it will include things like on an Office suite, similar to what you will find on Windows. You have Microsoft Office. Here it will just be LibreOffice. I'm going to install third-party graphical software and to download additional formats. All right. It'll support additional formats. This will mean that it will go onto the internet and go and find. So if we do manual, it will do. It'll give you the option to set the partitions, but because this is a brand new machine, I'm just gonna go with the default. It'll do everything it needs to in order to give me the best possible options. And I'm gonna give it a name, a username. Suppose user1, and I'll set a password. And confirm. Don't think we need to worry too much about the strength of this, because it's not actually going to go onto the internet. And yes, it picked up my my location, which is fine. And next, and there we go. It's going to do the installation now. So how long this will take, I'm not absolutely sure. But here we go. So if you click on that little button, it shows you what it's doing in the background. Hopefully this will be a relatively quick process. I'll just do that again so it can show us these little screens. And I'm actually a Linux guy, so I like to see what the console is doing. But yeah, here are some of the applications you'll find. Yeah, So you can use. Okay, so at last the installation is complete of Ubuntu 24.04, the desktop edition, on my virtual machine. Here it's requesting me to start it or to restart it. So I'm going to click on this and then we'll start the machine. We'll have to remove the ISO file so that it doesn't boot from the ISO again. So let's click on restart now. Okay, so the VM is starting now. So this will take a few moments. Let's just, I can run, click escape again and we'll see, hopefully see what's going on in the background. There we go. So the new user is now, that we created, is now the login screen. So if I click on user 1 and I type in the password, now we have Ubuntu Linux 24.04 installed on the VM, and you don't touch your underlying operating system. So what we can do is a quick tour of what Ubuntu has to offer. Oh, there's a little wizard here to complete. Let's go through this quickly. Usually this is just the defaults. I'll skip all of that. No, I'm skipping that as well. I'm not doing any of that. Here's a bunch of applications you can install, but let's just finish with that. So here you can see Firefox is the default web browser for it. This is the file manager. It's called Nautilus, I think. So this is the App Center, and the main thing here is the show a list of all the applications. And what we will be concentrating on is most likely the terminal, because this is the power of Linux. Usually when you see a hacker movie, they will show you a little black screen like this, and it will do all the things in the background. Now I don't particularly like this host name over here, so I'm going to change that to something more usable. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go type in sudo, which means super user do, and then I say I want to become the super user. So let's just do that. And then I'm going to say host name, ctl, set, I think it's like this. And I'm just going to call it Ubuntu. So this is when we set things up. Let's make it Ubuntu 1. I forgot something. It's supposed to be CTL. Right. And I'm going to just exit here. We may have to reboot this. Let's just try opening the terminal one more time. There we go. So it's Ubuntu 1 now. We will see all the other commands in the future, but for now, thank you for watching, and please feel free to subscribe and share with your friends. This is the first one of many lessons on Linux and how to use it.